Today I'm going to go over how to safely operate the mobile air unit on the air van. So we're going to go over here and take a look, and I'm going to show you how to run this thing. Alright, right here there is a switch for your light. That light will rotate. There's also a light in the back above that door. Turn it off. Just flip it down. First thing we got to do, pop us open a cold Diet Dew. Alright, here's your fill hose. For your SCBA cylinder. Alright, we're going to make sure, the very first thing, we want to make sure both valves are off. Those are off. We'll crack open the first one. Okay. The bottom gauge is reading about 4250 psi. That is the pressure inside your main air supply. That's your main pressure to the tank, the big cylinder. Okay, this top gauge, that is your pressure you'll be filling your SCBA bottle. Alright, so if you have a 2216, and you know when you fill them, they're gonna get a little warm. Well, when they cool off, it'll bleed back down. So I like to go to about, there's 2216. I like to go to about 2500 psi to fill a 2216 bottle. You need to check your cylinder, check your gauge on your cylinder, and if it says 2216, you know, or 22 whatever, you know you have a 2216 bottle. Okay, I don't know of anybody around this area that uses a 4500 psi bottle, but if you do have a 4500 bottle, you need to check each cylinder when you fill it. Okay, so if you do, you just basically turn this regulator to increase the pressure to whatever you need to fill the bottle at. Okay, so that's 4500 if you're going to fill a very high pressure cylinder. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We're going to go back down to about right there. Okay, so these two bottles are off and they're full. Now you can go ahead and open all three at one time, or you can open one at a time, use all the pressure out of that, close this one off, open this one, use all the pressure out of that one, filling bottles, close that one off, and then close this one off. Or you can just open all three of them at one time. Okay, so what you'll do, you'll screw your SCBA cylinder into here, and basically you screw that on. Okay, so I screwed the fitting onto the SCBA bottle. Okay, this bottle's empty. This is an old bottle. This bottle isn't in service. It's just a training bottle. So basically, I'm going to turn this bottle on, wide open. Okay. This bottle is a 2216 bottle. You can see 2000 psi. The full mark is 2216. We're going to put about 2500 in it. Open the fill valve slow, about 100 psi per second. And basically you just sit there and wait. Okay, so that's 1000 psi. All I did was turn my fill valve off. The next step, I will turn my valve off to my cylinder. That's off. The next step, I will bleed the pressure on the line. Okay, then I will take the connector off. Okay, so I put that back up. All these have to be closed. I only opened the top one, but I'm just checking the bottom two to make sure they're closed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close this off. Okay, that's closed. All right, my gauges are still showing they're under pressure. That's because it hadn't been bled off the line yet. I always bleed the pressure off the line because if somebody comes behind somebody and cuts that line, it's going to be a lot of pressure. Somebody could get hurt pretty bad. So what I'm going to do is just open this slowly, bleed it. And that's it. Be sure to close that back after you bleed the pressure off. Your bleeder valve, make sure that's closed. And it's ready for next time. I'm going to do a video on how to fill the cascade system up on the next video, because I know some of you are probably wondering, well, how do you fill these big bottles up? So we're going to have another video on that. In the bottle I was filling, I only put 1000 psi in that cylinder because that's only a training cylinder. So this is what a full SCBA spare cylinder or an SCBA cylinder inside an air pack is supposed to be at if it's a 2216 bottle. You see how I got it a little over 2216. It's about 2400 psi. So that's what a full cylinder is supposed to look like on the gauge, not 1000. So I just wanted everyone to be aware of that.